Hi everyone and a very warm welcome back to the monthly Warno from SD League. Today we are with Berthags and X Nihilio for a couple of games. Berthags over on the right in blue playing as the 2nd Infantry Division, and over on the left in red we have Nihilio playing as the 119th. Let's have a look at what Berthags has down. So we have a couple of SAS heading up to the front here with a sniper squad. I think we will have, yeah, a couple of SAS here. Oh, 4 SAS. All going right to the front here. Good squads and the sniper. In fact, that's 6 SAS. That's all the SAS in. We've got a Fox going up to this side here. Obviously, this is the new version of Vertigo, so there's a little bit more to cover. Back here, we have some Rover Milans, a Saxon Milan 2 in it, and a Rover Command heading up to here. Looks like he's just going for Alpha initially. Here we've got a bunch more Foxes just spreading out across the middle here. And then we have a Milan heading all the way to there. He's hoping to shut down Delta completely and perhaps stop X Nihilio getting to Charlie. Let's spin around and have a look at what's going on over here. We have Spetsnaz, OP, all heading... Oh, this is a hard push. Obviously, forward deployment troops, they will obviously be met by the SAS. So this might be interesting. If the SAS get there first, they might be able to destroy those vehicles as they come in. Motrazvedka in BMPs. One heading here, one heading down here. Okay, so going for a little bit more standoffish behavior at this side. We have the Mi-24V anti-air chopper, very common. Not going to be very much use against those SAS. The SAS, obviously experts at stopping the helo rush. We have an Igla heading up here. That's not a helo rush, by the way, just for clarification, a single helo. That was just a general statement about how good the SAS are at stopping a helo rush. The Tunguska here with a T-80 BVK and a TO-55 heading up to the top there. Again, quite aggressively going into the center there. This should be quite interesting. I'm expecting a really good game here and a lot of combat at the top. I don't think much is going to happen at the bottom initially. I think it's all going to be at the top here. Another BMP-1 with Motstalky being called right in over there. And Helio being super aggressive here. I'm going to get right in here because... Oh, wait! Wait. The SAS have got out back there. The SAS have got out back there. No. Two SAS... No. That's bizarre. He's even pushing the command up without the SAS. Oh, wow. Did I miss that at the start? I thought the SAS were going straight into the point. Oh, wow. That was completely unexpected. The Fox is being moved across the center there to try and help engage the stuff up here. This has put an X Nihilio in a very strong position. Oh, wow. Fox is pushing in there to kill that Igla, which it probably will do. SAS all moving in on these units. That is a real surprise. I genuinely thought the SAS were going to be in that forest before those transports arrived. But they stopped at the back buildings there. Completely unexpected. Really good position for X Nihilio now. As long as he can keep his infantry alive and bring up those tanks. As the tanks will pose a threat to the SAS as long as he can keep them at range. Obviously the helos, not a huge amount of use still. 4 squads of SAS here. And Helio obviously not getting anywhere down the bottom at the moment. Very heavily reinforced there by Berthags. 1 SAS squad backing off. These guys taking fire from the tanks now. Now the Spetsnaz in a good position because they're in the forest, so they're doing more damage to the enemies outside the forest. SAS there completely lost their cohesion already. They're almost dead going into that forest. Milan 2 there firing across at that tank. Should get a kill if it hits. Beautiful. T-80 BVK there. Giving the SAS something to worry about. Cluster bomber coming in now. Couple more choppers coming in here. Choppers against SAS. As long as he can kill the SAS, the choppers will be very useful. Oh, Jaguar almost died. Jaguar does go down. There was another jet in there. I'm not sure what it was. Oh, plenty of anti-air down for Nihilio here. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce Nihilio. Nihilio? I'm not sure, so I apologise in advance for not pronouncing your name correctly. I did try to look it up before the cast, but there was multiple different people saying it multiple different ways. Here come the rocket attack choppers. Struggling to hit that building, weirdly. That was very strange. Almost hitting around the building rather than in it a lot of the time there. Very strange. There we go. So, in the opener, Berthags has lost 4 squads of SAS up here because they weren't in the forest waiting for those vehicles. He is in complete control of the bottom half of the map, though. And at the moment, Nihilio just doesn't have the forces to push there. He is bringing in all his choppers, though. Obviously, he'll want to repair and rearm, though, so I'm expecting some supply. Yep, there we go. Let's whiz back over here. Reinforcements coming in for the bottom now, expecting that eventual push. Challenger Mk2 heading down there as well. Rover Command will just retreat here. Nihilio going on a little bit of an adventure with the BMP here. That Pumaland 2 is retreating. Now, interesting in all of that, he did lose the T-80 BVK. And he's bringing in another one now. It was lost to the bomber that came in. So there's been a nice advantage in points at this stage for Berthags. But it's about to be neutralized by that T-80 BVK there. Now, there's potential that Berthags could push through to this back point here. I think he'll have a hard time of it, though, as there will obviously be a lot of choppers ready to stop him. Nihilio looking pretty strong up here. I mean, building up a lot of forces to push back in here is a possibility. Nihilio doesn't have a lot left in there, realistically. And the Challenger Mk2 coming in at the bottom there. I'm really curious where we go from here, to be honest. There's potential for Nihilio to overwhelm the SAS with these helicopters. They are pushing up again now. There are javelins coming in as well now, though, so... These can be very, very strong when you have massed choppers, as long as you keep them far enough apart that they don't get hit with AoE blast. I think we're going to have a little period of building up forces here. There we go. Both of these points finally captured now. Berthags with a nice point advantage, though, at 430. We are now neutralized. The reality is one of these players now has to push, and really, it has to be Nihilio. Because Nihilio needs the points. He's having a little scout with that Mi-24. There are javelins there waiting. Just managed to get a kill on the Gazelle recon chopper. Rockets pushing in here. Are taking fire from the SAS. He needs to kill the SAS. Anti-air jets coming in there doing strafing runs on the SAS, but there goes one of those helos. That's a real shame. I mean, if you could see the SAS there, enough to bring in the jets to attack them, it's a shame he didn't focus fire them with the helicopters. I think he could have killed the SAS, or at least one squad there. Saxons and Foxes doing quite a bit of damage at the moment. Rapira coming in there to help defend. There's a sizable force being built up here by Berthags, to be honest. I'm not convinced he's going to make a push on this back point still, though. He's also putting in plenty of defense at that back point. Challenger's pushing up this way now. You did have one sort of in defense at the back there to stop anything crossing the center. What's over here? We have two commands in this point now. A command tank and a BTR-60. And a motor-strikey BMP placed in the forest back there. Repair has been deployed early. Artillery piece in for Nihilio there. He's repairing and rearming his other choppers. T-80U coming in. Very strong. Very, very strong. Challenger moving up to engage that gun. Challenger should win the fight overall once it's close enough. Yeah, plenty of damage output there. Helicopters coming in once more. Perhaps looking for some kills or some damage on those Challengers. Challengers reversing into cover. Lots of units at this side now pushing up for Nihilio as well. He is moving that tank up. I mean, that was sort of the thing that the Challenger was defending against before by being in the little forest line here. Obviously, the Milan 2s spread around will cover for this. There is recon. There you go, immediately. That Milan 2 firing at the T-80 BVK. Is that going to be a side-on hit here? Ooh, I think that would have been a side hit if it had actually landed. That could have been very nasty. It will now surely turn into the missile. Smokes itself. There we go, it is safe. Milan 2 nicely positioned there. Gets a nice hit on the T-80U. Motor-strikey pushing across open ground here. There's quite a lot of firepower in there that can see out, including the Challengers. I don't think that's going to end well. Artillery coming in on this building here. And there come the reinforcements for Nihilio. I did think he would send stuff across here eventually. But there's a lot of stuff coming in at that side for Berthags as well. Look at all these helos coming in as well. Some of those rocket attacks? No, it's all hell arms. Oh, he wants that T-80U. There's two T-80Us in now. He needs to kill those. There isn't actually any AA down here except for the Mi-24 anti-air chopper. So he's well positioned to use these hell arms as long as he can keep the Mi-24 at bay. Obviously, Nihilio does have the jets as well. But it depends how he plays with these hell arms here. He doesn't want to necessarily throw them away because they could be very beneficial long term, especially when UDs start coming out as well. The T-80 BVK coming in down here. Some good maneuvering going on by both players at this stage. Artillery coming in. Here's the MiG-29s going for those hell arms, unsurprisingly. How much AA is there? Not a huge amount. The SAS get a kill alongside a Rapier FSA. So one MiG-29 went down. That's an expensive loss to take out a hell arm, unfortunately. That is a costly loss. The hell arms will now go and repair and or assist with the T-80 BVK at the back here. Still these two Challengers that can be in play. Air mobiles there getting wrecked. Here comes a cluster bomber. Obviously, unfortunately for Nihilio, all of this is very far back. There is an Igler there. But... and it does get a hit on the Jaguar. But unfortunately... kind of the issue here is that Nihilio has overextended at the back. So having units here is great to sort of cause harassment and distract Berthags, but unfortunately he can't back it up with anything. There's nothing to reinforce here. So once these units die, they die. The Igler is obviously nicely positioned there to hit any incoming jets, but sooner or later, Berthags, I guess, does want to clear these out if he's going to attack that top point. So, and then there's nothing sort of covering them. They're just on their own. Which is always the risk if you push out like that. Large buildup of forces here for Nihilio, though. As I say, He's 430 points behind. He needs to take a point. He has to take something. And the longer the game goes on, the more reinforcements that Berthags is bringing in here. And he's exchanging quite well at the moment. I think it's certainly in Berthags' favour in terms of what's being killed so far. Good artillery use by Nihilio, though. He is managing to force Berthags to keep moving stuff, picking off bits and pieces. It all helps. But the question is, how much artillery does he have? He has 2 bits in at the moment. That might be all he has in the deck. I don't know. But I think you need a lot of artillery to properly dislodge here. The tank wall could work here, but he's only got 2 T-80Us in at the moment. The third one just arriving now. There's plenty of javelins there going after that chopper, but obviously really struggling to hit it. Rover Milan's being dealt with pretty swiftly by that chopper. There we go. Finally, a bit of damage on the helo. It is currently stunned. Javelins out of missiles. No supply truck there for them. Last one does not get a lucky hit, and they're both out now by the looks of it. T-80U's obviously very strong here, utilizing them missiles for long-range attack. Getting some good hits on the Challenger Mk2 there. Dishing out a lot of damage. Well, mediocre damage. Certainly causing a lot of stress. A little bit of movement up here by Berthags as well, clearing up those infantry. I can see now Berthags pushing across the middle, back into this top point and actually taking it. And then Nihilio's forces that are back there will be completely surrounded. T-80U's here getting pummeled a bit by those Milans. Lots of damage being done when they do hit. Challenger taking fire from artillery here as well now. Those Challengers will need to be repaired and rearmed. And here's the Hell Arms. Tunguska is having to retreat here. The Hell Arms could get a nice kill. Oh, Tunguska engaging. One hit, one kill. Tunguska is absolutely clearing up here. Good hits from the Tunguska. Mi-24 VP coming in. T-80U heading into the middle now. Obviously, there's a real strength for Nihilio with 119th, with the T-80Us and the UDs. They are extremely strong tanks. They get shots off before the Challengers do because they have the missile, and they fire faster than the Challenger because of the autoloader. Lots of helos being called in at the top here now. That's to do something about these arm rifles, which are now being retreated. Mk2 come... Oh, 2 Mk2 still in play. Nihilio has plenty of those. That's a Jaguar clustered down. There's another one coming in. Helicopters able to operate at this side of the map independently. Another Jaguar goes down there. The helos are going to really make a mess of those arm rifles. There's plenty of javelins back there. Get some nice hits on the MiG-29. But the arm rifles, unfortunately, again, caught out of position without any anti-air sort of right on top of them. And Nihilio's been reasonably active with his choppers, getting them into some good positions. T-80U staying at the top there of the map to cover for any attempted push on there. I wonder if that'll be driven down to the middle just to cover that a bit better eventually. We're nearly at the halfway mark of this game, and there's been some decent exchanges on both sides. Helio has managed to keep his tanks alive. However, he's not made any real progress to getting in these points. The most progress he's made is getting that BMP-1P in. It's now in that forest area where previously there were javelins and Rover Milans. The question is, can he get anything else up there? It's just a constant stream of stuff coming in for Berthags, really. There's another Challenger Mk2 coming in. Some reinforcements coming in across here. The MiG-29s are a problem. There's at least one FSA, unless it's dead. There was a Rapier FSA in here. I wonder if it's been killed. I think it has been killed. I wonder if a Seed Jet came in at some point and I missed it. Because I certainly can't see it anymore. I'm assuming there's more than one in the deck, though. It does look like there is something coming in there. Yeah, another Rapier FSA coming in. Really good benefit of the 2nd Infantry Division over the 1st Armoured for the British is that Rapier FSA. It makes a huge difference for taking out jets. That Razvedka BMP-1P is just absolutely cleaning up there at the moment. All those Milans getting wrecked by it because he can one-hit kill them. T-80U there. Managing to try and take pot shots at things on the road. Is that the missiles in range there of that road? Yes, indeed. The missiles are in range of that road, so it can technically fire at anything that passes here. Hell Arms have been moved into position to kill it. Needs to be careful of that Igla, though. The Igla is still there. No artillery coming in at Berthag's side, interestingly enough, so he's not able to sort of clear the Iglas out of the buildings there. Do notice these Iglas now on the move, probably coming in to help protect that T-80U from those Hell Arms. Nihilio really struggling, to be honest, to get into this industrial area. The Warrior has come in and managed to push the BMP-1P back. Warrior's quite a good unit, doing a lot of damage, and it gets it with the Milan. Autocannons are very good at the moment. So T-80U did get moved down, as I expected. At the back here, there's really no movement. Those... Where are they going? They're being moved up to this road. I think that's to try and stop any reinforcements coming down that road, but I do know Berthags has not used anything at this side. He's calling everything in down there now because he knows it's risky. He knows that he doesn't control that part of the map, and he hasn't sought to regain control of it either, which is quite interesting. Let's have a little look at this from Berthag's side. We've been over in Nihilio's side for a long time now. Again, we've got those challenges here providing really good defense. 3 challenges in here now, supported by various Milans, be that Rover, Warrior, or indeed Milan 2 infantry. These guys are able to fire out quite effectively against any infantry coming in. The missile that comes from the BMP-1P and the T-80U don't do a massive amount of damage to these challenges, realistically. Unless they're going to get a side hit. Hitting the front armor does a bit of damage. It's more about the stress it does, I think, than anything else. The concern is definitely more a side shot. There's some smoke going down. SAS out at the front there, unfortunately. Take a lot of damage. Milan firing here from the side. That's a good hit on the T-80U. Did get the front armor, though. But this is the thing. The Milan 2s do a reasonable amount of damage to the front armor of the T-80Us. So Milans are a good thing to use here defensively. Artillery comes in on where those tanks were, but the tanks retreat. Will get rearmed and repaired. There is supplies coming in there. Just having a little look at the back here. I mean, those Spetsnaz, as I say, good positioning to stop stuff coming down that road, but stuff just hasn't been coming down the road. Hell Arms taking fire here from the Tunguska, nicely positioned. Wombats being pushed up there to deal with the incoming infantry. Challengers still able to fire from the back there. Another Javelin coming in. Wombats being very effective at chasing off the infantry there. Obviously, the armor wall that is coming towards this point is quite scary. But the Hell Arms managing to get shots off at the moment without the Tunguska being close enough to stop it. You've got the Challenger Mark 2 moved up, doing some damage. Has been badly damaged itself, but will retreat. How many T-80Us have we got in play right now? 1, 2, 3, 4 here. 5 if you include the one over there. Chopper's being brought back in to deal with the Wombat. Very good choice. There's not a lot of AA close enough to the front now. Tunguska now in range to deal with the deal with the helos even. Mi-24's absolutely mincing the infantry at the front here. This is the big push, I think. The Challengers not yet in position. I mean, to be honest though, there's kind of the thinking that the T-80Us obviously have an initial advantage. The Challengers almost want to engage the T-80Us when they get closer. Challenger takes a hit from an ATGM there. It's badly damaged. That does need to be retreated, really. Arm rifles coming in. Mk2's coming in there. Taking some fire. Rapier FSA has been destroyed again. Challenger 2 command tank coming in. Mk2 is destroyed. T-80U finally destroyed. BMP-1's getting wrecked here. I mean, the defense is working. Berthags is holding. 1 T-80U down. 2 badly damaged Challenger Mark 2s, but he hasn't actually lost a Challenger Mark 2 yet. Could this be the first loss at the front here? No, retreating back. SAS and Javelin trying hard to get a kill on these choppers here. Certainly doing some damage. Choppers a little bit out of position here. They were kind of pushing forward. It has allowed the Javelins to get a few shots off. Ooh, Mi-24 VP goes down. That will be a welcome kill. Oh, Mi-24 VP getting out on 1 pip of health there. Just under 14 minutes left of this game, and the reality is Nihilio has to push. And that was an attempted big push, but it's been held still. Berthags is holding. No real movement at this side. And the infantry trying to push across there, obviously getting hammered pretty badly. Artillery now in at the back as well for Berthags. Has finally brought some in. Just pummeling that tree line where he knows there's going to be units. Doesn't appear to be catching anything at the moment, though. Mi-24V pushing into the SAS and Javelins again. Oh, Mi-24V, 1 pip of health. That's 2 very badly damaged choppers that need to be repaired. T-80U here kind of operating without anything firing at it. The infantry still aren't getting close. Challenger Mark 2 badly damaged there. Is there any repairing? Yeah, these... Oh, wow. 3 Challengers fully repaired. Moving back in now. Against some very badly damaged T-80Us. Depending on how aggressive Berthags is here, he could clear up the T-80Us. There is that potential. He doesn't need to be too aggressive, though. He doesn't want to overextend and lose these tanks. T-80U is getting very close at this left-hand side. Artillery coming in. Again, on that corner. Poor SAS there, just getting torn apart by that tank. Real chance to kill some T-80Us here. 1 T-80U down. It's a good kill. He needs to be careful he doesn't get caught in a crossfire by the T-80Us, but T-80U is actually being retreated there, so that's pretty good. This one taking a lot of damage. Surely going to smoke itself. Is retreating. Oh, wow! A Challenger Mark 2 went down there. What killed the Challenger Mark II? Did it take a side shot? I thought they had pretty good health. That was weird. It must have taken a side shot. Slightly confused. I didn't quite catch that. Anything happening back here? Counter battery artillery coming in against those 4 artillery pieces. They obviously haven't moved yet. Tractor APs coming in here. Air mobiles in choppers. Berthags holding well. 11 minutes left of the game. Another good push here at this side. I mean, that's the other option, is to push into this point, and there's really not a lot defending there. He's got the 2 air mobile squads and the javelin. Bunch more hell arms just being called in. Warrior Milan taking pot shots here. Does get a kill on the tank. Dishing out some damage on the BRDM, or BRM, sorry. T-55 should get a kill here, surely. No, it's struggling to hit. It is only rank 1. Wombat getting some shots off here as well. I can't believe that warrior is still alive. Spetsnaz OP being rushed in at this side now. I'm surprised that those air mobiles weren't pushed up to the edge of this forest here, because they would have been well in range to be hitting with that Lore 80, and that would have guaranteed a kill on the BRM-1 and the TO-55, unless it's the case simply that Berthags doesn't want Nihilio to know they're there, so that he moves up the T-80U to that position. And yeah, it would be much nicer to kill that. Spetsnaz OP moving in here. I do notice some infantry, well, recon specifically, and the TO-55's moving in the center there. Not sure where they're off to. Challengers being pushed up here to help defend. Obviously, Challengers will make short work of the BRM-1, the infantry, and the TO-55. Ooh. Mi-24's back in action here. And there's... oh, tractor rapiers are moving up now. Missiles coming in from the T-80Us, though. Tractor rapiers doing a good job here. Gets a kill. SAS might have got that final blow, actually, on the Mi-24. Counter battery artillery going out against Nihilio now. That's some good counter battery, actually. He is catching that artillery piece. Where are these units going? I'm just going to highlight them here so I can see where they're going. Oh, wow, he's going to try and push into this point. I mean, Berthags has this well covered. I don't think they're going to get in there. The Milan 2 should deal with these transports coming in pretty effectively. And he can respond with the hell arms that he's got over here. Nihilio now bringing in all these Sapri. I mean, that's a desperation to try and get something close to this point. Wombat's doing a terrible job of hitting these here. But again, you know, it's infantry coming across open terrain. There's Challengers, there's air mobiles. I feel like Berthags has this. Let's have a look back here. What's happening? One BMP-1 is dead. Oh, he's even bringing in the command here. Interestingly, there's not really anything there that's going to stop the Razvedka. Artillery coming in against the Javelin and the Milans there. He will need to reinforce this point with infantry. Speaking of, Saxons with their mobiles coming in there, I assume. No, they're going to the front. Surely he will redirect those to defend this point. He can surely see these things coming in. There must be vision. Surely the Javelin and the Milan can see stuff over there. Can't be certain, of course. Have these been redirected now? No. I mean, the Sapri did make it into the forest there, which I'm very surprised by. Hell arms being moved across. Iglas are in play here. Only one of them has missiles, though. That's a T-80U. Oh, very lucky T-80U. Smoked in time. Nihilio dwindling a lot here now. He's pushed in pretty much most of his forces. Bunch of TO-55s coming in now, but I think this is game. Berthags has held. It's been a stalwart defense by Berthags for this entire game. Oh, look at this. There is nothing in these points now. Obviously, Nihilio knows with 6 minutes left, he has to just push everything. And at the same time, Air Mobile and an Air Mobile leader pushing round to that top point. So Berthags will claim probably both those points eventually. He could potentially do that, I think, within the next 5 minutes, but it is certainly not going to be easy. Here's this big push coming across here. The Saxons have deployed infantry, which should be able to deal with all of these tanks once they get close enough. Really good effort here, Nihilio. You did a fantastic job with your trades early on, and your tanks were doing a really good job. Unfortunately, Berthags just had a really good defense there. Can't fault him. Played it very sensibly. Oh, look! Have those choppers been spotted? Those helicopters are coming in to deal with them. That's interesting. I mean, those two Mi-24s will clean up these infantry, I should imagine, without too much of an issue. The command should deploy, though, and cap the point either way. Jets coming in. Yeah, Phantom coming in to deal with those choppers. Point goes to Berthags, currently +2. All those TO-55s pushing right around the bottom into this point. There's not actually anything defending that point, but there's no command with them. Airborne, just clearing up all these tanks and vehicles. Javelin engaging on the Igla. Stuff being charged in again there. Loads of infantry. Challengers being pushed up to deal with them. A Challenger here being redirected to deal with all these TO-55s coming in. There is a command tank being pushed around this bottom part now, but he would have to take multiple points to be positive anyway. He is calling stuff in for the top there as well. T-80U now close enough to be hit by those infantry. Surely they'll finish the job. They're struggling. There it goes. It is dead. Law 80 struggling against that front armor there. Challenger Mark II here, and the Air Mobile just completely cleared up those TO-55s. The T-80 BVK surely going to go the same way. It's on attack move rather than just move. Challenger has switched targets to focus on it. Challenger smokes itself. That's a surprise. T-80 BVK will go in here and actually cap that point, or at least neutralize it. Air Mobile's there pushing forward, but I think they're out of missiles anyway, so they're not going to be any use. Cluster Bomber coming in, looking for a kill on that T-80 BVK. There it goes. Dive bombs, gets the kill. Point returns to Berthags. Command pushing into this point here, but Berthags dropping off in the other point as well to cap that. 2 minutes left of the game. I don't know where that command's going. Where is it off to? It's going to try and come in the back of that point. I mean, that's actually the only place that isn't defended. There's just the rover command in there. And the BTR can actually kill that rover command because it's got machine guns on. So that's actually a good idea. That's a really good idea. There are some armor rifles back here, though. They only have the law, but it will kill the BTR. Reinforcements arriving in there for Berthags. I mean, he's got this game. He's had it for a little while now. But it's been a good fight at the end there. Lots of little skirmishes. A good push by Nihilio on this back point, but Berthags was waiting for it. He did have stuff there defending. A good first game between these two. Looking forward to the second one. Rover runs away. Arm rifles taking a fire. And it's dead immediately. Air mobiles there. Defending that point well. Managing to hold back the stuff that was coming in. And there's the game. Commiserations, Nihilio. Well played to Berthags. Really good opening game there. As I say, kills to losses difference there wasn't massive. There was some really good exchanges on both sides, I think. Berthags had a little advantage at one point. And then obviously once the tanks started dying later on at the end, then yeah, that's when he really overtook. Let's have a look at the kills and losses. The Challenger, look at that. That was the one that killed all those TO-55s at the end. Really well done. Mk2's doing a fantastic job there. Over at the other side was the Mi-24s that were really performing. That Razvedka BMP-1P did a really good job as well. And that's what got the Rapier FSA. Wow. Tunguska doing a good job. There was multiple units there that were doing a really good job. Milan, Tunguska. The Hilo did a very good job. It's a difficult one to call MVP there. I think over here it was the Milan, and down here probably the Mi-24V. Good use of the Hilos there. Let's hop straight into game number 2. Welcome back to game number 2 with Nihilio and Berthags. Nihilio over on the left in blue playing as the 2nd Panzer Grenadiers. And over on the right in red we have Berthags playing as the 39th. Let's have a little look at what people have down. I think Nihilio is ready. So we have FS Jaeger and FS Milan 2 pushing up. Nice defensive positions, not too far. That's always good. Same here, I think. Oh, no. That is very aggressive push here. Oh, that's not going to end well. So we've got 2 squads of FS Jaeger and a Milan 2 heading into Charlie. And then we've got FS Jaeger pushing into here. Unfortunately, there's no forward deployment anti-air here. We have Lux pushing up all the way to the back and Lux pushing into this position here. There's no forward deployment AA, and immediately you can see here there is an Mi-24K and an Mi-24V rocket. They are going to annihilate all these forward deployment troops. The Gepards will be on the way, but they will take a while to get there. They are not the fastest units in the game. This might be a really nasty opening here. At the back here, we've got some Marders with some Panzer Grenadiers in. Over at the other side, as you saw, we have plenty of recon pushing up here. Nothing aggressive. Mi-24K is going to cut off those units before they get anywhere near Charlie. Supported by the Mi-24V as well. We've got some grenade launcher there and a Mostrelki and a BMP. We've got some Razvedka pushing into the middle here. Razvedka at this side. We do have the Gina Napalm coming in there, which is, I think, being brought in to try and... I think it's to try and deal with these choppers. But we've got 2 MiG-23s here. They're going to defend those choppers. That Gina is dead. Yeah. Conker's pushing in here as well, heading up to the front. We've got a command dropped off there, and we've got a Rapira heading up to the center as well. Yeah, 2 jets at the opener. Yeah, all of this stuff that was bought there to attack this position has had to be deployed early, while it waits for the Gepards to arrive. The Mi-24s may still be able to clear up some stuff in the middle, as there's no AA coming into the middle there. Depending on how aggressive Berthags is in the middle, this could be very unpleasant for Nihilio in the opener. Yeah, these choppers going straight in to kill the FS Jaeger. The Lux all redirected as well. Commands now coming in for Nihilio. An awkward opening. Kind of being dealt with by those helicopters coming in. But Nihilio did the right thing. He stopped his forces, deployed them early. The worst thing you can do is just suicide your forces into those helicopters. That is most certainly the worst thing you can do. 3 commands coming in here for Nihilio. Obviously, there isn't a lot in the center here for Berthags at the moment, so he can't be super aggressive. He spent a lot on those helicopters and the jets at the start. Obviously, it paid off. Now you've got Lux pushing in here and a Gepard in the middle as well, redirected from that bottom point. So you actually have quite a good pushing force here. The Mk2 will pose a threat, though. Yeah, the Lux immediately pulling back there. Mk24 firing at them as well. There are 2 Gepards in the middle, actually. So those choppers are under threat. Most likely command will be moved back into the center point now. Some artillery coming in at the back there already for Nihilio. How are we doing back here? A couple of T-62s coming in. Good choice. Something to help defend against those Lux. BMP-2 being pushed up here to deal with the Jaeger, which obviously can't outrange it. And the Milan, stuck behind the forest there, is now going to be moved up to try and deal with the BMP-2. RPO's being called in to defend that point. There's the command in the middle. Berthags with an early lead in those points. Nihilio going to be trying to be fairly aggressive, I think, in the middle. Obviously looking for a way through. Those tanks have now arrived, though, laying down a lot of supporting fire against the infantry. Forward deployment troops obviously fairly expensive, as they cost 5 points more than their standard equivalents. Good units, though, the FS Jaeger. Highly ranked. Pretty scary in combat, no matter what. Gepards and Lux pushing around the top there, and the Marder obviously putting down a lot of fire on those recon teams. More T-62s arriving now. Artillery coming in against the Conkers there, which are moving out the way with the recon. And my 24V rocket pushing up that side just to scare those vehicles off. Our Fliegerforce coming in, though. Mk2 there, taking pot shots at the T-62s. More recon coming in for Berthags. He has a reasonable defense of this bottom point at the moment. I think the FS Jaeger aren't going to get too far. The 30mm grenade launcher will do some damage and stress them out. The RPO has arrived. The BMP Motostrelky are already there. And the Razvedka and the BMP-2, though that needs to be careful of that Mk2. Spin ourselves around a bit. Loads of Leo 1A1A1s coming in at this side. That will be a problem. That is one of the advantages of the 2nd Panzer Grenadiers. They have the ability to flood in these relatively cheap but effective Leopards. Obviously, you'll be relying on the Rapira and the T-62s to deal with those. Cub coming in at the back there. Not that we've seen much in the way of air use from Nihilio in this game as yet. Spin ourselves around a tiny bit more. T-80BV coming in. There's 2 Cubs in play actually there. Going to be a push at the bottom here. Now, Nihilio is doing the very good tactic of pushing 2 sides of the map at once to try and stretch your opponent out, so that they're trying to split their focus while one of your attacks is just sort of plowing forward. And speaking of plowing forward, look at those Lux just charging down the road. There are 2 T-62s waiting for them, though, at the back there. T-62 should clear this up pretty effectively. And the Mi-24V rocket is parked at the back there, but it's currently landed. Mi-24K coming in to provide some fire support. Yeah, Leo 1A1A1's just charging down this road here. Obviously pose a threat to the T-62s, but... yeah, that was slightly suicidal there. That's just charging units into the slaughter, really. I mean, the Razvedka are there getting pummeled, but both T-62s survive and will clear up those 1A1A1s. All the Lux are now dead. The Gepard is almost dead. I doubt that's going to survive this engagement. Helicopters do need rearming. T-80BV is being moved around that side. Another helicopter in there. At the bottom, those units are pushing now. But I expect we will see a response from those helicopters. There's no anti-air there with them. The Gepard is quite far back in that point. So helicopters will be able to defend that area for Berthags. There we go. Gepard was killed up here, along with all the other infantry. Milan 1 now being pummeled by everything else. T-62 gets caught out in the middle, though. Mi-24V rocket pushing in here. Needs to be careful of the Gepards. There are still 2 in there. There you go. BMP-2 taking fire from the Milan 2 there. But the 30mm grenade launcher able to operate freely at the moment. Leo 2A3 coming in, along with a load more, well, 2 more Leo 1A1A1s. Oh no, 4 in total, because there's 2 at the top as well. That's 2 Leo 2A3s coming in. I hear a jet on the way. Laser guided bomber. What's it going for? Oh, it's veered off. Changed its mind. Eyehawks, though. It goes for the Gepard. Does get the kill. Eyehawks do manage to get the kill on the laser guided bomber as well, though. BMP-2 moved into a better position there. The Milan 2 can't hit it anymore. It looks like this has been held. Another Sapri RPO and some Sapri being called in there. Hasn't even had to move the chopper over there to assist at the moment. Is calling in another 30mm grenade launcher, though. T-80BV here going up against the Leo 2A3. Leo 2A3 is a scary tank, but it's sort of somewhat equally matched with that T-80BV, and is having to retreat now. Fux Milan's just being pushed in here against the RPO, which can't really stop it. Can they kill that command before it moves into the point and caps it? It will at least neutralize now. No, it's in the point. There wasn't enough there defending. Finally, a response from those helicopters. A little bit late there from Berthags, unfortunately. We will have to see another command being brought in. There you go. T-80BK coming in. This will all be dealt with by the helicopters now. Anti-air jets coming in there. I guess to protect the helicopters. The command has been pulled out safely, though. There comes the Gepard as well, though. That will do some damage to this Mi-24. Mi-24 getting torn apart. It is returning fire on the Gepard, but will now retreat, I'm sure, if it manages to survive. Ooh, that is a very lucky Mi-24. Very, very lucky. Currently +4 to Nihilio. He will make up these points. T-80 clearing up these incoming infantry. He should recap this point without an issue. Needs to get these helicopters repaired and rearmed urgently, really. They're a fantastic tool, but they need to be rearmed very fast. Cluster bomber coming in here, going for those tanks. Looks like it was dropping where they were. Ooh, does manage to catch and stun the T-80BV, which is now being pummeled by the Leos. Mk2 went in for that bomber, but was taken out by all the anti-air there. T-80 retreating rapidly here. Is getting out of there and still managing to lay down some serious fire on those Leos. T-62 pushing up to assist. Very lucky T-80BV there. Rocket attack being moved in to assist now. The Repeater are going to get some side shots potentially on those Leos. Ooh. Artillery being utilized against these defending forces again. Command was retreated here. Point back under Berthags' control, but there is now a point advantage to Nihilio. Berthags will have to push. He's bringing in various tanks down here. It could be he chooses to push the bottom. There are quite a lot of units for Nihilio in the middle now, especially at this side. Obviously that Leo 2A3 badly damaged there. Quite far forward for something that's badly damaged. Obviously the Sapri can't do anything about it really. I'd be more worried about the helicopters back here. Supply being moved in to repair those tanks. More forces being brought in at that side. Where did those... Yeah, the T-62s are pushing that way. Okay, so we do have a bit of a counter push going on from Berthags there. Try and keep an eye on that. Bit of artillery here, finally killing that Repeater that's been there the entire game. Gepard badly damaged at the front again there. That won't be long for this world if these tanks push up again. Trying to keep an eye on what's happening over at the other side. I think we will spin round and have a look there, because I think that's going to be the next big fight. Berthags being fairly aggressive here. Is there enough there to stop him? Probably not, you know. The tanks can deal with the vehicles. And he's got enough Sapri RPO to deal with the infantry. Cluster and Seed coming in here. Seed obviously will cause issues for the Cub. There it goes, firing at the Cub. Does not get the kill. Oh, it does get the kill on the second hit. Cub does go down with the second missile. And the jets escape. Gepard has been destroyed at the top of the map there while we're busy down here. Those tanks did push back in. T-80BK will get into this point, I think. Panzergrenadier is not looking so hot right now at all. They're just getting minced by these Sapri. Reinforcements being called in. FSC Jaeger are on the way there. I'm not sure how long Berthags will be able to sit in this point. Milan 2 coming across at that T-62. That is a very lucky T-62. The Milan will die now, though. Up at the top, we have seen a complete pullback of Nihilio's forces. Did the Leo 2A3 die? I think the Leo 2A3 went down in that fight as well. As I said, when those tanks pushed back up, they were going to kill the Gepard, and it looks like they got the Leo 2A3 as well. Good attempted defending here by Nihilio. There's a Leo 1A5 there. Gepard dealing with those RPO now. They can't fight a Gepard. They have no anti-tank. That is the one problem here for Berthags. He has no anti-tank except the tanks. T-80BK can kill the Gepard, though. It is heading over that way. T-62, one is down. The other one's still pushing in. Gets a nice hit on the Leo. Ooh, engine damaged. It only has one choice now. It has to fire back. The Leo will fire again first and gets the kill. T-80 charging down that Gepard, so does not have the point anymore. Nihilio still has the advantage in points, but look at this side. 4 T-80 BVs, 2 BMP3s, supported by attack helos and infantry, and there's nothing going to stop these now. This tank push should overwhelm the center point here. Berthags looking in a good position there. Command back in that point. The Gepard obviously completely retreated. Nihilio dropping his arty on the back of that point there. Now the T-80 BK though will be put under a lot of pressure by all these Panzer Grenadiers and the Jaeger coming up behind it. So it is caught out of position. Reinforcements still coming in there slowly for Berthags. But I don't think he's going to hold that point. I think he's going to take the center. Here's that massive push. All these tanks coming in. The Milan 1s there obviously pose a threat. And the Milan 2. But they're whiffing their missiles off at the moment. Leo 1A1A1 at this side. Going to get minced by the BMPs. Never mind the T-80s. Oh, nice hits on the T-80 BV there. Is it going to smoke? It is not. Now it does. There we go. But the T-80 is still on the move. One T-80 pushing at this side as well to hold the line there. This is a good push here. That command surely going to die. Infantry moving across the ground unabated here. I hear choppers. Oh, the Seed are coming in along with the cluster bombers. Cluster's trying to catch out some tanks. Ooh, that is a very lucky T-80 BV. This T-80 BV also badly damaged. But the helicopters have free reign at the moment. There's not a lot of AA there. Flieger forced in the middle, getting some shots off on the Mi-24K, however. But realistically, they're not the best. They're not being scary enough. Mi-24s probably going to open up on them, along with the tank cannons at the other side. Napalm coming in here, going for kills on those choppers. Oh, nice. Get a definite kill on the one at the back that was trying to repair and do some serious damage to the one at the front there. They are able to turn around and mince the infantry though. Tornado gets the final blow on that one. It's an expensive push for both players. Over at the other side of the map, the 2A3 putting some serious pressure on here. T-62s have arrived though, and the BMP3 obviously has a very good missile. Does miss, however. Leo 2A3 has the advantage in this fight, but it's a little bit outnumbered and is getting very stressed. No longer being accurate. And there it goes. Engine incendiary. Something. Can't even see the other side of that. It is having to retreat. BMP3 might get the final blow here. Ooh, that is a lucky Leo 2A3. Command has moved into this point. Berthags with the advantage in points now. 19 minutes gone. T-80 BV's getting repaired over here. Cleaning up those tanks. I think there has been a loss of one T-80 in that fight. Yeah, 3 still alive though. The central point realistically belongs to... Oh wow, look at all of this that's arrived here. That is a lot of units. Unfortunately, there's not been a good exchange in this game. Nihilio is completely overwhelmed now. There's barely any blue left on the map. And that is a huge force. And there's the surrender. He knows it. Commiserations, Nihilio. Really good exchange at the start there. Well done for saving your Jaeger as well in that opening. Kills to losses, not a huge difference, but yeah, at the end there, obviously, Berthags really just had control and lots of units. Rapira did well. Tanks always do well. BMP3s did a good job as well. Nothing really stand out the other side. I think MVP will go to the Rapira there in the middle. It did a good job. Along with the BMP3s, to be honest. They did a really good job there as well. Great games, guys. Commiserations to Nihilio. Well done to Berthags. Thank you, everyone. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you all soon for some more Warno.